This is the first chapter of my autobiography. I wrote this in 1981 when I was 14. I'm David Farnborough. I was born in Winchmore Hill on the 22nd of March 1967 AD, and I am the son of Dorothy and Michael Farnborough. At this time I had two sisters, Elizabeth 10 and Catherine 8, and one brother, Richard, aged 4. Elizabeth was at St Paul's Church of England School, Catherine at Blanche Neville School for the Deaf, and Richard was not yet at school. When I was 3 I started at St Paul's Church Nursery School, and by the time I left I could read, write and do simple addition. I still remember the daily routine. We would be taken in by our mothers, usually with teddy bears and gollywogs in our hands, and could either play with some toys which were kept in the cupboard under the stage, or do woodwork which consisted of banging nails into wood and drilling holes, or painting. I remember painting a lovely picture of a sunset and someone knocking water all over it and me hitting him, and other activities. A group of boys and girls used to play at being mummies and daddies in a plywood Wendy house. Sometimes I would knock it over and get a smacking from the playgroup leader, as I thought it was very silly indeed that 3 and 4-year-olds should pretend to be grown up. After that we would all sit down at our tables and have 2 digestive biscuits and a cup of milk. We would then all queue up in front of the piano, where we would write the alphabet in front of and numerals in the back of small exercise books. From the ages of 5 to 8 I went to Sunday school. We would all sing holy songs, not actual hymns, by the piano, and would then sit down to answer questions on the Bible and colour in pictures of Noah in a series of question sheets to be called God Loves You. When I became bored with Sunday school I started to go to St Paul's Church instead. When I was 5 I joined St Paul's Church of England School and started swimming lessons. It took me 5 years to get my gold award. When I was 6 years old I joined a youth club called Explorers, and 8 years later I am still a member. When I was still 6 and supposed to be in the 3rd year infants, I was put up into the juniors as an experiment. When I was about 10.5 years old, on the 11th of November 1977, we changed houses and moved to one in Enfield. This meant that I would have to travel by train to and from school every day, from Enfield Chase to Winchmore Hill. When I was 11.5, I stopped travelling by train and started to travel by bus to my secondary school, Bishop Stopford School at Enfield. It was hard for Bishop Stopfords to follow the magnificent education at St Paul's in mathematics. We had just covered the topic of logarithms. By the 2nd year I was well settled in, and my favourite subjects were history, art and music. I am now in choir form B and have Mr Smith as form master, although I do not see much of him except in choir practice and compline. The subjects which I am taking are economics, German, chemistry, history and physics, as well as the compulsory mathematics, English, divinity and games. That's the end of part 1.